25 letters! You have amazing coordination! Seriously, I'm stupefied, incredulous. We veterans do this all day long and even we have a hard time reaching that amount. I've got to give you more money. Got to! 3 rupees per letter comes to 75 rupees. How's that sound? That sounds amazing! Hey, your name wouldn't happen to be Link, would it? It is, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I thought you looked like the lad the chieftain was talking about. In that case, I should have expected you to be able to pull off something like this. I've heard all about you. Yes, I sure have. You've had a rough time, Link. I feel bad making you help us. But hey, things are looking up. Our new helper's just arrived. Maybe you can give him some advice the next time you come by. Alright. Sorry if you guys heard my controller hit the table. And welcome back to the arcade. Let's get back to just another game. The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. And clearly, I've been working on trying to get that 25-letter minigame down. Now, you have to do 25 letters twice. So, you know, we don't get our big reward from doing that minigame yet. We get 75 rupees, which is a nice reward, don't get me wrong. But you saw the timer. I got that 25th letter in just in time, and it is very much luck-based, depending on which letters you get. Now, it does take practice. Hang on a second. Gonna go ahead and warp to the Forest Haven real quick. Yes. Now, it does take practice so that you learn which icons are in relation to which other icons. It's not entirely luck-based. But once you start getting up into 20 to 22 letters, then luck really starts playing kind of a strong factor in which icons you get. And you know, being able to break that 25 letter mark, because it's actually very, very difficult. It's probably one of the more challenging minigames I've done in a while. But I wanted to go ahead and get some practice in and, you know, start the episode off with it. And I'm probably going to go ahead and head back there. And try to get the piece of heart itself. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and let 24 hours in-game pass, so I can show you some of the work I've been doing on the galleries that you haven't seen. And it turns out that I was actually right to spend all that time getting a picture of the red Wizrobe. According to one of my guides, that might be the only opportunity you have to get it. And considering most of the ones that were missing are kind of early game, that might require the most investment to go back and get if I were going to do it in New Game Plus. So my figurine-based request has been fulfilled. It's always the best work he's done in a while. We're gonna go in and check it out. He doesn't remember where they put them all, but that's okay, we'll look around. Let's start in here. You'll get to see some of these figurines that I've collected on the side. Even though these galleries aren't complete, they're getting there. There is a P hat, there is a C hat. Is that what they're called? Yeah, C hat. Okay, yeah, that's right. These tremendous flying fish can be found only on the Great Sea. A large skull of them will ram ships incessantly trying to break them, so it's best to attack them from a distance. So those are fish. I never knew that. There's one of these Nami-Noms. Armos Knight. Okay. These auto-homing statues were created to deter intruders. To destroy them, you have to blow them up. So what are the little ones called? Actually, I don't have a picture of the little ones. I need to remember to get one of those. So that's basically everything that you didn't see in here yet. Now we go check out the bosses and mini-boss gallery. I think in here? Ow. Not really sure which one of these is which, to be honest. So I'm kind of learning as we go. Yeah, here we go. And it turns out that, either I did not have a Dark Knight or a Dark Knight picture yet. Maybe I didn't, because he did accept the one that I took, so I guess I didn't have one. Dark Nut. Habitat Earth Tipple spoils Knight's crust. These knights are well protected by their round bucklers and mighty armor. If you use a parry attack to jump up and knock off their helmets, it'll spell their doom. And then, of course, this guy over here, which we were really lucky to get. Lucky I remembered. Mulgera, Protector of the Seal. Habitat Wind Temple, effective weapon hookshot. The evil guardian burrows deep into sand. Use the hookshot to draw at its tender tongue and then slash at it with your blade. So some people have said that's actually a very difficult fight, and I had like no trouble with it. So I don't know what they're on about. But I just wanted to show you some of the here's the red whiz robe. Habitat Wind Temple, magic summons. These high-level mages use the magic of summoning to aid them in battle. They are the only wizrobes that can summon other wizrobes, which makes them formidable. Yes, it does, and you were a gigantic pain in my butt to get a picture of. And there's normal wizrobes over here. But I just wanted to show some of the progress we've made on the figurines before I do another cut and go back to Dragon Roost Island and try to do that minigame for good. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Or, you know, maybe a few seconds for you. Many, many, many minutes for me. Hooray! See you guys in a few. Oh my gosh! 25 letters! Amazing, man! You have no idea where I was going with that sentence before I decided to just read the text box. I'm so impressed! Seriously, man! I've gotta tell my mom back home all about this. I just gotta! I've got a favor to ask of you, man. I'm still new here, so I'm not allowed to leave. So would you mind putting this letter to my mom in the post box for me? Thanks a lot, man. You accepted a note to mom. It's so sad you could almost cry. Keep it in your delivery bag until you find a post box to drop it in. I guess I could just throw it in here with all the other letters, but I can't bring myself to do it. It's against the rules, man. I'm saving right now. Save. Yes. And I'll tell you why here in a second. Continue. So there are several things that I want to point out about this game before we continue on. One, after you've been staring at these symbols long enough, you start to be able to identify which islands each probably means. The fire symbol in the upper left probably means Dragon Roost, whereas the upper right, you know, I thought that was a palm tree, but I think it's supposed to be a windmill. So that's probably Windfall. The little curly Q green thing in the middle, I think that's probably going to be Outset. Down here in the bottom left is the Forsaken Fortress. Bottom center is obviously Tingle. And bottom right, I'm kind of thinking that might be Great Fish Isle. Even, you know, before it was destroyed. But I never, ever, 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 ever doing this game again. Every Zelda game is contractually obligated to have one minigame that is great in concept, but absolutely terrible in execution. Hang on a second. Here's a post office, or I can't even talk. Here's a post box. What do I have for delivery? I actually probably need to pull it out. Note to mom. Go ahead and put that in there. And we'll send this off. Gulp. Kerchunk. Power. This post box is near Dragon Roost Island. Postage is only 5 rupees. Do you wish to send this now? Sure. Your parcel has hereby been accepted for delivery. Thank you for using the Island Postal Service. We appreciate your business. So like I was saying, every game has one of those minigames that everybody hates. But I've never seen one that bad where you can completely get screwed just by the equipment. A lot of the times on my failures, when I would snap over to the wrong symbol, that would be because of the rebound on my joystick, not because of me. Do you guys realize how long I've been doing that minigame? I actually stopped. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up, just because it's more interesting than looking at the map screen while I'm ranting. I actually stopped, sat down, and went a couple of days without playing. This is a brand new recording session. Came home from work, and I've still been doing that for about an hour. And just to remind you, each attempt is only 30 seconds long. So you can imagine how many attempts I've been trying to do within an hour. Now that's not straight because, you know, I was also browsing Reddit and stuff, but it is completely annoying. Regardless, it's done. It's done, it's done. I'm never doing it again. In fact, I'm not even leaving. If we come back over here and I play the Song of Passing, we just might go ahead and get our reward. I wasn't really expecting that rant to go on that long, but I had to vent because I completely dislike that minigame. Oh, hey, you're already bouncing. Okay, cool. I thought I would have to go forward another 12 hours. Good evening! Letters for Link. We have 2 letters. Here is your letter. To my son's superior. Thank you so very much for looking after my boy. This isn't much, but I hope you'll accept it all the same. I politely request your continued kindness towards my son, Kashiko, Beto's mother. You got a piece of heart. Finally. Collect 4 of these to complete a new heart container. More heart containers equals more life. Alright, what's the second letter? I wasn't expecting this one. Here is your letter. Oh god. This parcel has been sent cash on delivery. Postage due is 10 rupees. Will you pay? Sure. Yo, how you been, man? I gotta tell you, you really helped me out back there at the mail center. I appreciate it. I've been trying real hard ever since then, but my postman skills are still weak. I just can't seem to hit 22 letters. I doubt I'll ever be as good as you, man. So anyway, I've been hearing all kinds of crazy tales about you, and I figured I just had to write you a letter. It sounds like you're doing some pretty amazing stuff, man. You're great. You're awesome. You're the man. You can probably tell that I had no idea what to write, but hey, I figured the least I could do would be to send you a letter of encouragement and charge you 10 rupees for it. So, yay, man, yay. Go, man, go. Go, go. Never give up. Never lose hope. And while I don't make much, I'm sending you the wages I earned lately. Just doing my part. Hope it helps. I'm really sorry I had to send this COD, but I guess that's the price of fame. Take care. Thanks again, boss. From Beto. We got a red rupees, so we paid 10 rupees to get 20 rupees. Actually, I am going to fast forward this. Yeah, another 12 hours, because I want to show you something else that's been bothering me about this place. In my off time, I have been working on completing Dragon Roost Island. I don't have all the figurines. In fact, I have to go to Flight Control Island to get a couple, but I want to show you one guy in particular I really dislike. And this is another thing that is so stupid, and I haven't figured out a good solution to this yet, which is really frustrating. This guy. you have to take a picture of him, obviously, to get his figurine. Let me show you what the problem is. Go ahead and pull up my camera here. You have to take a picture of him from the front. So let's do just that. From the front. Right here, centered. Not good enough. Okay. Let's go over here. Creep a little closer. Here we go. Alright, let's try taking a picture here. Not good enough. If you come over here, he kind of turns in your direction. But if you want a picture of the figurine, you need to get him facing you. Not good enough. And if you talk to him, he leaves. If you talk to him to try to get him to turn around so you can take his picture, he leaves. He leaves, he flies off the flight control island. You can't get his picture because if you go to flight control island, he's not there. So, yes, kind of frustrated right now. Not gonna lie. Now, I know I said that we were gonna do the ghost ship this episode, but I think I'm gonna save that for another episode because what I really feel like doing at this moment is finishing up some of these two treasure charts that we have and one more that we can get. So this one, let's see, that is clearly a fairy island, but which one is it? That's Bomb Island. That's Sideways Heart. It's not a heart. Where is... Okay, so this is Northern Fairy Island? I always forget. Oh no, that's Thorned Fairy Island. I remember because that little island there at the top of it is what Thorned Fairy Island looks like. It's right here. Okay, so we're gonna do that one. And then what's the other one we got? Let's see, all the way over. We really got a lot of charts. Oh, there we go. We really got a lot of charts. Here we go. I thought that one wasn't open as well. 35. That is Steel Island, right? It's the only one that I remember that's perfectly circular. Okay. But before we go to either of those places, I want to go back to Paw Print Island because there is an area we can get to now that we have the hookshot, of all things. So let's take a look. For that we need to go back to Windfall Island. Yes. And I should have about, let's call it 10 minutes. The first part of this video was about 7.5 minutes long. I can trim out about 5 minutes of this, so I'm about 17 minutes in. Just doing the calculations in my head, we probably have about 10 minutes, which should be plenty of time, I hope. But there were a bunch of little islands around Paw Print Island, and I remember at the time that I was curious how we were going to get out there. And it turns out that there is a reason to go out there, and it has something that we probably want. I did not push the right button. So you can either get out to one of these islands if you're really good using your Deku Leaf, if I can remember the name of it. But the easier way to do this is just to wait until you get the hookshot. Link? That actually might be too far away. In fact, I might have to get in a boat to do this. Why don't we just go ahead and do that? But use your hookshot to get on one of these little islands. And then, if you do that, there is an underground grotto on one of them. And I will remember how to do this at some point. Alright, here we go. Let's see. It's kind of funny that Boat Daddy got hit in the face. Oh. I thought you could go from island to island. Apparently not. Well, that's cool. Like I said, it really feels like this hook shot in particular is pretty short. Ah, there we go. Let's see. That's the one. This one has money. I like this one. So it's kind of worth stopping here anyway. But no, that's the fence. Oh no, I did get across even though it didn't, you know, give the little targeting bang. That's okay. So we have another arena fight down here. And it starts with Wizrobes. In fact, let's just go ahead. Oh, this dude summoned in the things that I hate more than anything else in the world. Alright. I figure you could probably hammer these and they would be fine. I actually need to take a picture of those at some point, but there are plenty of places to do that. Namely, I can just go back to Dragon Roost and get a picture of them there. Alright, that's enough of you. Is there actually, you know, a red Wizrobe around here? Given that I've got someone summoning things in at me, I would assume so. Or maybe there's just a Wizrobe that can summon? Which is really weird. There are several waves of Wizrobes. What? I am just getting waves and waves of Wizrobes. Fortunately, none of them are really summoning Dark Nuts, but I was not expecting just like nothing but Wizrobes. In fact, didn't I go from like 1 to 2 and now I'm fighting 3? Ah, he zapped away. Kinda did not want to focus on you. Oh my god, there's too much stuff to Z-target. Alright, that'll help. I like how I'm getting spoils balls up there that I have no chance of getting to. Alright, come on. That's 2 down. Yeah, these are just summoning relatively minor enemies, which I'm honestly kind of okay with. Getting swarmed by Dark Nuts. That was a true nightmare. Alright, there you go. I knew you weren't done. Now are you done? Okay, I have to take these guys out, but before I do that, I want to take a picture of them. No. There we go. That'll work. But yeah, apparently these are also someone you want to take a picture of for goodies, for a figurine. Now that they're done, I can pop this open, and there should be another treasure chart in here. Spoilers! There's a treasure chart. Yay! You got a treasure chart. Open this chart and blah blah blah. Alright, we gotta book it. Let's go ahead and open this one, because we're not gonna have... I ran into that bug. Man, today, just today. Yeah, you might realize that it's not just that minigame that's got me a little bit peeved. Today has not been the best day for me. And, you know, I do apologize if you don't want to hear somebody constantly bitching. Come on. But I would really like it if, you know, something would go right. Let's go ahead and warp to Thorned Fairy Island. We're gonna start there. today has not been a good day. Go ahead and go to the Forest Haven. I think that's just about as far away as it is from the Tower of the Gods. I feel like I've already complained enough about today, and I do have another episode to record, which, believe it or not, I am unwinding, and I am perfectly happy to play this game, because actually, if the game would cooperate, you know, I am actually in a fairly let's play-y mood. But today, this week, has not been the best. Okay, game. Are you really gonna make me go inside and out somewhere to fix this bug? Apparently you are. So you know what? Let's go ahead and turn in these pictures that I just took. We'll at least get that done, and then hopefully we will be able to see where we are on the map screen. And since, you know, this episode is, I'm just going to go ahead and say that this episode's going to go a little bit longer, so I'll just explain what's got me kind of twisted off. And, you know, like I said, I apologize ahead of time if you don't want to hear this kind of story, because nobody comes to Let's Plays to hear about work, but I just have to vent. At work this week, I actually had to trade my schedule around because we have required training. It was basically 2 days of training, and it impacts things coming down to my team. So, you know, it's good to have. I understand the purpose of the training. Okay, I already have that one. I just want to make sure. You know, I have no problem with the training itself. I did have to swap my schedule around. Normally I have Wednesdays off, and I had to take Monday off, which I'm okay with. It was nice to have a 3-day weekend. The only thing it really does is it does kind of disrupt my schedule. This bug, my schedule. And so I'm actually recording right now after I got home from work after the second day of training. And if this bug doesn't go away, look at this. I don't know what to do about this. Give me a second, because I'm going to figure this out. Okay, I think I fixed it. I actually looked on the internet. Except... what? Now look at what it's doing. What in the world? There are clearly some bugs in this version of the game, and I was looking online and people have run into this before, and it is the shoulder buttons that fixes it, but clearly not good enough, because otherwise you wouldn't get this sort of thing that's going on. I'm a very good QA tester, apparently. That's the only thing that I can think of, and I really hope that that's Thorn Fairy Island over there. I'm pretty sure it should be. So anyway, it's livable for now, and as I was saying before, I had to cut out. We had the training, I was fine. Today's the second day of the training, and we actually finished up early. Cool, I thought, you know. I'll go and get some my work that I've had to put off done and get started and meet my deadline meet my deadline. If this could actually behave, that would be great. There. Okay, are we all done? Are we all done with the glitches? It looks like it. But, you know, the team decided that they needed to do a debriefing on the training that we just had. Well, I didn't have anything to add to the debriefing, so it's like, can I just go back to my desk and do my work for a while? Because I don't want to keep doing this for another 2 hours. You know, I've just had 12 hours of training. I need time to process it. If nothing else, And we were supposed to do this debriefing next week. No, I have to go even though I had nothing really I wanted to contribute. Alright, let's see what we got here before I continue the story. I'm just going to go ahead and say, you know, I've lost complete track of time on this episode. We're just going to do these 3 maps and call it, no matter the length. This is a piece of heart. You've collected a total of 2 pieces. Get 2 more to complete another heart container. Awesome. No, I had nothing to contribute to this debriefing, and yet I was still expected to go in case I came up with something. Now, let me tell you a little something about myself that you may pick up on or may have guessed. If I don't want to do something and you force me to do it, you're probably not going to get the participation that you thought. All right, what's chart 46? That's the top of, wow. I would say that's the top of 2-eyed or 3-eyed reef. Either that or 5-eye, but I don't think it's gonna be 5-eye. Where's 2 or 3-eye reef? But anyways, that's why I'm so frustrated, is I basically got roped. Okay, it's not the top of 3-eye reef. What's 2-eye reef look like? That's my next guess. I basically got roped into a meeting I had nothing to contribute to. And I really wasn't given an option to go back to my desk, decompress after 12 hours of training, and get some work done when I've got a deadline to meet Tuesday. It was just frustrating all around, and the best justification that anybody could give for me being at the meeting was because they really, really wanted me there. That's it. And once I go to the meeting, because I don't have a choice, they have, well, okay, before I go to the meeting, I'm talking about this with one of my project managers, and she goes, and I'm telling her, you know, I don't have anything to contribute, can I just stay at my desk? Well, I think you really need to be there. Why do I really need to be there? Because the team's gonna be there. Okay, does the team all have things that they want to contribute? Well, you won't know unless you go. Do I really need to go? Well, you should be there because we want you to be there. But it's your choice. Well, clearly it's not. Right? I mean, that's just a fact. You have definitely made it not my choice. And then once I actually go into the meeting, and of course I have nothing to contribute, so I don't know why I'm here. They tell me it's good that you showed, I'm glad that you came. You didn't give me a choice. You got another piece of heart. You collected 3 so far. Collect 1 more to increase your life energy by 1 heart. You know, getting 3 pieces of heart in 1 episode actually does feel kind of good. I'm gonna come back and conquer this another time. I want to go get this last chart. But why are you thanking me for coming to a meeting that you did not give me a choice about attending? If you had just let me process the training on my own, read over some of the material, and we had the debriefing meeting next week like it was originally scheduled to, I probably would have had more to talk about. But because we had the room booked and we happened to finish our training 4 hours early, we immediately had to do it today. And there is no dissent allowed. And that's really frustrating. Because this team is otherwise really good about recognizing different opinions. And respecting that. And just to be completely shut down and not given a choice with the justification that they just really wanted me to be there is incredibly frustrating. In fact, immediately after the meeting, I just went straight up and talked to my my senior manager about it, just because he's a really cool guy and he's really good to vent to. And he acknowledged my frustrations, which is really awesome because I do like him a lot. And I love the way he leads the team. I mean, he's a really hands-off manager. He's great to joke around with. He really loves it when I am completely open and honest and frank. Like, he thinks that's amazing. And I just like, you know, I'm kind of a no BS kind of dude. Alright, if this is another piece of heart and I can get it without dying, it'd be amazing. But, like I said, I just needed to vent. I really did. And I'm sorry. I know that's not the commentary you guys come for, but... Silver Rupee! One is worth a whopping 200 rupees. It's time to jump for joy. It's time to get the hell out of here. I know that's not the content you come here for, but I just had to get it off my chest. Anyways. Deep breaths. Next time... Well, this time we actually did quite a bit. We finished the letter sorting minigame and got to see some of my progress on the figurines. And got 3 pieces of heart, which means we only have 5 left to find. I know exactly where, well, I thought I knew exactly where one of them is. I was actually wrong. But 5 pieces of heart left to find is not bad. Next time, I'm thinking we probably will try to do the ghost ship and maybe look for a couple of these treasure charts that we have outstanding. We have at least 46 charts, so we need like chart 43 and 44 and, you know, about 4 others I can think of, 4 or 5 others. So we might do some hunting for those charts because a number of them probably will have more pieces of heart. But regardless, I appreciate you guys coming in and joining me today. I appreciate you guys putting up with my venting, even though it is completely unrelated to anything you do. Well, I mean, as far as, you know, it's not your job, you probably shouldn't care, but I appreciate you listening anyway. And next time, I hope with this out of my system, the next episode will be a lot better. But regardless, thank you guys for watching again. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw today, make sure you leave me that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you want to watch more Wind Waker, subscribe. And if you have any hints, tips, or tricks, leave me a comment. Thanks for watching again, and you guys have a great day. Later.